Hey guys, it's Aiden with Upper James Toyota, and today we're going to be showing you a little compilation of our favorite 2024 Toyota sedans. What's going on, guys? It's Aiden with Upper James Toyota again, and today we're going to be reviewing a very, very popular Toyota vehicle. This is an SUV first released in 1994. Now, if you're not fully for the full electric side of things, we've got the best combination for you. It's going to be a 2024 RAV4 Prime XSE technology package, which is a mix of a gas and a hybrid motor. Let's check it out and see what works best for you. Now, on a day-to-day basis, I'm very, very fortunate to talk to potential customers and previous customers. And a big thing that some people aren't too sure of these days, if they're gonna go fully electric or fully gas. So the RAV4 Prime is a great vehicle to be reviewing, and that's why we thought it would be an important one to feature on the channel. Now, talking about the 2024 RAV4 Prime, it's a 2.5 four-cylinder paired with 2 electric motors and an 18.1 kilowatt battery pack. All of that combined total output, 302 horsepower, sending all the power to the all-wheel drive system. Now looking at the front of the RAV4 Prime. So you're gonna be getting LED headlights. Now on a tech package as well, you will be getting front parking sensors on the vehicle. So getting into small spots, you're going to be very, very safe with all the safety features in this vehicle. Now on a tech package as well, or an XSE, you'll be getting vertical LEDs. So in the daytime running lights, both of these on. The front end looks very, very aggressive, still on your regular family size SUV. Now, taking a look at the side of the RAV4 Prime, you'll be getting 19-inch alloy wheels. Now, this specific alloy is only on a Prime. So I like the mix of this. It's silver mixed with a little bit of black, which is gonna be nice on this package specifically with the color combo. So on a RAV4 Prime or just a RAV4 Hybrid in general, you can have 2 different options depending on which line you go, an L line or an S line. This is going to be falling on theoretically an S line kind of vehicle. On the side, you do get gloss black fender flares. That's gonna match your front splitter, the side skirts, and on this package, the roof as well. So it's nice because it adds a little bit of the black features throughout the vehicle, so it makes the vehicle look a little better in my opinion. Now, taking a look onto the rear of the RAV4 Prime, it looks the same versus a hybrid or a gas model, but this being a Prime, in the bottom left corner in red, you'll be seeing a Prime, which will be matching the inside stitching on the seats. Now, on the rear of the vehicle, again, you can see the black contrast like I talked about on the side. So the rear on the bumper here looks very, very good in black. It's matching the top roof, which is gonna be featured in black. So it's like a 2-tone split, little sporty for the vehicle. Now, a phenomenal feature on the back of the RAV4 Prime. On the XSE technology package, if your hands are full, you only wanna make one trip to the vehicle to put stuff in your trunk, you can go to the right edge of your license plate bracket, put your foot into the vehicle, pull it out, the trunk will open up for you, which is gonna be really great if your hands are full. You can throw your stuff into the back of the vehicle with only one trip, saving you a load of time. Now, looking into the trunk of this vehicle, a couple things you are going to notice is that the seats are going to fold 60-40, which we'll show you when we get into the back of the vehicle. Very, very easy. They will fold very, very close to being flat, so you're going to open up a lot of space in the vehicle if you're moving hockey bags, equipment, appliances, anything like that for your day-to-day needs. Now, another cool feature on the RAV4 Prime is that you're going to be getting JBL sound system. So on the back, you have your subwoofer in the trunk of the vehicle. Sound system actually is very good in this vehicle, and it's one of my favorites that we offer through our Toyota lineup. And one of the best features on this vehicle is that when you open the vehicle, you can put your foot underneath the bumper. When you're closing, you can also do that too. So you can always head inside with anything with your hands full. So same thing, put your foot underneath the bumper, pull it out, the trunk will close for you, which is going to be very, very convenient. Now, let's take a peek on the inside. Okay, so taking a step into the 2024 RAV4 Prime. So in this vehicle, it's very, very spacious. It's a great SUV for a small family, 5 passengers, whatever you would like. One phenomenal feature I love in the RAV is that you do get a dual zone panoramic moonroof. So the people in the back, the vehicle's opened up quite a bit because it's not just a singular sunroof now, it actually extends into the second row, which I like in any vehicle. So I just did a Nissan and a RAV4 comparison video. That was on a very, very specific package comparing the two together. The Rogue had that feature, and it's a feature that I wish we had more on our vehicles. So a RAV4 Prime, if that's something you're looking for, this this could definitely be the car for you. Now, this being a technology package, you are fully loaded with every feature that you could get on this vehicle. So you're gonna get heads-up display, JBL sound system, cooled seats, heated rear seats, heated steering wheel, 360 camera. You actually get paddle shifters on a RAV4 as well. It's the only RAV4 that we offer with paddle shifters. So you can shift into manual mode, kind of have some fun on a weekend, for example. On this package as well, you'll be getting a 12.3 multimedia display, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, cloud navigation, all come standard from the factory. Now in front of the driver, you'll be getting an 8-inch multimedia display, which is fully digital. So I love the way they're going. They're not keeping the needles in older models of a RAV4. They're making everything very, very detailed, technology-wise, especially being in a tech package. So let's talk why you would order a Prime. Toyota offers two plug-in vehicles that are a mix between a gas and a hybrid, and then our new vehicle, fully electric BZ4X. Now, talking about a Prime, a couple benefits to that. If you're a commuter, you're in the city a lot, you'll be using a lot of your electric systems. You're not gonna be using a whole lot of gas bumping around in traffic or downtown in a city. Now, if you are a highway driver, for example, and you don't want to be sitting in very, very tough traffic on your commute into work, a RAV4 Prime or even a Prius Prime both qualify for green plates. So depending on wherever you're living, most governments will give you a government incentive rebate. So you'll get that price off the total price of your vehicle, which is a perk. It's going to cost you less money, but then the big benefit is that you can always drive in the HOV lane in Ontario, for example, with only one person in the vehicle. Now, talking about that, on the electric system, if you're driving in optimal conditions, so a good temperature outside, it's not freezing cold, it's not pouring rain, you will normally get somewhere around 70 total kilometers on a full charge. Now, this being a very, very efficient vehicle and a vehicle that should be saving you gas, is that Toyota is going to basically only have this vehicle start in electric mode. So its go-to, the prime aspect of it, is going to be the electric part of it. The gas will kick in later. So it's very, very interesting what they have done. You will get phenomenal range on this vehicle in the hybrid system. You will also be able to get a very, very great fuel efficiency in the hybrid system. So it's a very phenomenal vehicle to consider if you are that commuter or someone saving some gas. Now, one thing I always love in a brand new vehicle, all the vehicles come loaded with stickers, stuff to peel off from the factory. There's a big sticker on the 12.3 multi-info display. I'm gonna take that off. It's a super, super satisfying noise. You guys can listen for yourselves. Now let's check out the back in a 2024 RAV4 Prime. Okay guys, so jumping into the back of the RAV4 Prime. I said in the front, one of the biggest things for me is going to be the sunroof above your head. For someone back here, you've got a lot of room, and obviously with the sunroof, it feels a lot more spacious. Now, this being a technology package, you will actually be getting a couple cool features into the rear for any of your passengers sitting back here. One of them being heated rear seats. So on the sides, on both the doors, you have a little switch, you can push that in, heated rear seats, which is phenomenal. Now, down below, you're gonna have two USB lightning ports, which is great. You're gonna have two cup holders in the center if you bring this down, a cup holder in each door. Honestly, it's very, very comfortable. I like the seats, I like the stitching, I love the looks of this vehicle, and on the inside, it doesn't feel like a typical RAV4. You know, there's so many different configurations of a RAV. The RAV4 Prime has been out since 2021, and they've definitely made a couple very, very cool feature changes onto the inside of the vehicle that people have been asking for over the years that this vehicle has been available. Okay, so to wrap things up on the 2024 RAV4 Prime, this vehicle will be coming in at $61,380 is the MSRP for this model year. You have to obviously add your freight and PDI, dealer charges, and your licensing fee, plus taxes. Then your government rebate for whatever province you are in or whatever states you are in can be applied from there going forward. Now, in this very, very fuel efficient SUV, you'll be averaging a combined about 6 liters per 100 kilometers. So that's very good for a vehicle at this size. So I have seen customers before driving one of these vehicles getting roughly on a full charge and a full tank of gas anywhere between about 900 kilometers distance to empty up to about 1100 or so, depending on time of the year, how hard they are driving the vehicle, and a few other factors. But if you are looking for a very, very efficient vehicle, this could be it for you. Hey guys, it's Aiden Flipper, James Toyota here again, and today I'm going to do a review on the 2024 Tundra 1794. This is the gas model. You can get this in two different powertrains, a gas or a hybrid with two different kinds of beds. Come take a peek at it. taking a look on the front of the new 2024 Tundra. Now this being a 1794 edition, there's a bit more chrome than the regular Tundra, which I personally like, because I like a little bit of chrome on a truck, especially with the interior, because this is going to be a saddle brown interior, which is only offered on this trim package. So I like the two color combos. You guys can let me know what you think on that. Looking on the headlights and the turn lamps, very, very cool. Special to this package alone, you get sequential LED turn signals and headlights, which I like. It makes the truck look 10 times better in my opinion. Taking a peek onto the side of the vehicle as well, you can option this truck in two different packages, one with tow mirrors, one without. So this is the one without tow mirrors. You can option it to a little bit bigger of a side mirror, which are power retractable as well if you are towing a lot. Onto the side, you'll be getting a 20-inch alloy rim, which I also like. They're keeping the chrome in the same as the front onto the rim as well. So you get a little of the color contrast on both of them, which is a big plus in my side. A couple features as well on the side of the vehicle that I really do like about the 1794. A is gonna be the badging. So I like how it shows 1794 edition on the side. I also love how the 1794 is in like a brown color. That's gonna match the interior of the vehicle. And I love the chrome on the side. It matches the front grille, it matches your mirror caps on the side, and it matches your door handles, which by the way, when you open and close, sound really, really good. Okay guys, now looking at the back of the new 2024 Tundra. So a couple things to note on this vehicle versus the outgoing old generation model. It's got a 17% increase in towing capacity, so you can tow up to 12,000 pounds on this package, an 11% increase on total payload, which is 2,000 pounds for this truck. On this vehicle in front of me right now, it's showcased in a 5.5 foot bed. You can get this as a 6.5 bed as well if you need the extra bed for whatever reasons, for your business, personal life, whatever that is. On the trunk as well, one thing I really, really like on the side here, the LED turn lights are gonna be the same as the front. So they are sequential on the rear as well, and they are LED, so they're very, very bright in the nighttime, which I love. And on the side of the brake light, you can hit this little button here, and I won't even touch the bed, but the bed lighting is gonna come on automatically, and the actual bed itself, this is a soft close. So I like that because it's not gonna slam down. You're not gonna be worried about breaking anything while you are loading anything into your new Tundra. Okay guys, let's take a closer peek onto the interior of a 1794 Tundra. Okay, so the one big thing, there's brown everywhere. So I like that. It's exclusive to this trim model only. And fun fact, the reason why it's called a 1794 is because there was a ranch back in Texas in 1794 that Toyota had purchased, and they're now using that as a manufacturing plant. So it's kind of a bit of a heritage, a little bit of backstory of why they're keeping a 1794. And it's kind of like a Texas themed with all of the brown interior on the truck. Now, there's quite a few features on this vehicle. A couple big things to note: a massive 14-inch touch display with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM. You're also going to get a new thing coming in some of our newer vehicles called Cloud Navigation, which is basically like an auto updating GPS that's going to be built in from the factory, which I really, really like. Now, looking at a couple things onto the driver's side of the vehicle, a couple cool things you will be getting on this package: a JBL sound system, heads up display. So it's gonna display a couple things you wanna know when you're driving: speed, direction, speed limits on the actual windshield itself. So you don't have to look down at your digital tachometer, which I also really, really like. Inside the vehicle, you'll be getting ambient lighting, heated, cooled front and rear seats, a 14-way power adjustable driver side seat, a 12-way power adjustable passenger seat, a wireless charger, 360 camera. This truck really does have it all if you're looking for a luxury big pickup truck. Okay guys, we're gonna take a closer look at the infotainment display in the new Tundra. So with this vehicle, you're gonna get the 14-inch display here, and it's a very, very responsive screen. So obviously cars have had a lot of technology inside for a while. This one's a very, very responsive. You can go back and forth between my Apple CarPlay that's currently on right now. I can go from there, go right back to Toyota if I want, and I can just look at what's on the actual car screen on its own. It's a very, very responsive screen, which I really like. There's no delay. You can basically click something and it's there automatically for you, which I really, really do like. So you can do text to speech with it. You can talk to Siri with it. Same thing with an Android as well. You can use your Google Play as well. So everything's wireless, which I really, really like. You can leave your phone down like mine is right now. It's just charging while I can still see what's going on my maps. Talking to over text. You can use Waze, you could use Google Maps, whatever you would like. It's a really, really great integrated screen and a lot of technology behind it, so you can feel comfortable while you're driving your Tundra. Okay guys, taking a look into the rear of the 2024 Tundra. So again, I love the brown. I love the floor mats you get with this vehicle. Everything is just very, very catered to this very, very cool exclusive trim on the Tundra. So in the back, I'm very, very comfortable. Again, you could seat another 2 people next to me. I've got more than enough space. One thing I really do love about the new Tundras, especially on the packages that give you a moonroof, is that it's not just the front that get the actual sunroof. Because of the moonroof, it comes all the way back to the second row. So I like that. It opens up the interior a bit, makes it feel a little bit larger than the vehicle is. A cool little feature also in the back of the vehicle is that if you're in the front, you have your heated and cooled seats, but you also have that in the rear as well. So right down here, you can either hit one side, which is going to be your cooled, one side is going to be your heated, which is nice, and it's 3 stages. So you have like a high, a middle, and a low. I really, really do like it back here. You also get the sun shades that are just basically from the factory. It's going to come with it, so you can easily pull that up, pull that down if you're driving in the sunshine and you didn't want the sun coming in. I really, really do find the back of the Tundra very comfortable. What's going on, guys? It's Aiden with Upper James Toyota again, and today we are going to be reviewing a very, very new popular sedan for Toyota. It's the 2025 Toyota Camry XSE in Midnight Black Metallic. Let's check it out and see if it works good for you guys. So the Toyota Camry was first made in 1983 in Japan. It was a 2-liter 4-cylinder making about 92 horsepower. Now here we are 41 years later, on to the 9th generation. This vehicle's been around for a very, very long time. Let's see why that is, and seeing all the new things onto the new 2025 model. So on the new 2025 Toyota Camry, you're gonna have 2 different options, front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. If you're gonna go to the front-wheel drive option, you're gonna be making about 225 horsepower. That's powered by 2.5 4-cylinder paired with 2 electric motors, or the all-wheel drive option, which is 232 horsepower with the same type of motor. Now onto the front end of the new Camry. If you're looking down here at the headlights, I'm a big fan of the new design. I did a Prius video not too long ago, and they kind of share the same headlight. So it starts on the bottom, loops back up into the bottom end of your hood. I think it looks really, really cool, and obviously gives it a very, very great new front end design. Now the front grille is very different for this year as well. It's basically the newest addition to the 2025 Camry, and something that I think makes the car look very, very different versus the outgoing model. Now onto the sides, you actually have operational, and they're not just a plastic coated air vent, it actually is a functional air vent. So it'll suck air into your wheel wells to obviously cool down your brakes and your tires to give you obviously a bit more reliability when it comes to keeping those nice and cool for you and your family. Onto the wheels of the Camry. This is an XSE, so it is fully loaded. You could get an XLE as well. They come around at the same price point. However, on this package, you're getting 19-inch mixed black with silver wheels. On this vehicle, being a black on black vehicle with full tint, all the emblems are blacked out. I think this wheel combo really, really does look great, and it makes it pop a little bit more, especially on an all-black vehicle. Now, looking at the side profile of the 2025 Toyota Camry, I think they've done a very, very good job at keeping the body lines very, very easy, but also making it a little bit more intricate to the actual design of the vehicle. So if you look onto the rear here, I like this little hump that they've added on the rear quarter panel. It's something that's very, very small. However, I think what they did on the vehicle is they made it kind of look a little bit more aggressive onto the rear end. And if you kind of follow that line all the way down the side of both the rear door and the front doors on both sides of the vehicle, it definitely makes the Camry stand out a little bit more and make it look a little bit more aggressive. All right, now looking onto the rear of the 2025 Toyota Camry. So this being an XSE, you're gonna be seeing down below here, it's gonna say XSE all in black, which I think is gonna be a really good pop, especially on a vehicle that is all black. Now, looking onto the rear of the vehicle, I'm going to say this is probably the only part of the vehicle that actually looks similar to the outgoing model. So this being a 9th generation Camry, I still think that the rear end is probably the only area of this vehicle that you can actually see a comparison versus the outgoing 8th generation Camry. Now, looking at trunk space on this vehicle, because obviously this being one of our larger sedans, you still need a lot of trunk space for practicality to have this vehicle as a daily driver. Now, if you open up the trunk, the cool thing is it's now centered to the right of the logo. It actually used to be under the logo before. Now it's all the way here over to the right. Now we have some lawn chairs put in here two big ones, a little small one. However, you can still see how far back this trunk actually goes. So if you're gonna use it for groceries, going to the beach, transporting anything, you're definitely still gonna have a lot of space into the new design for a Toyota Camry. Now let's go take a closer look on the inside of the 2025 Toyota Camry. Okay guys, so taking a peek onto the 2025 Toyota Camry. So jumping inside, it definitely feels very familiar with the outgoing model. Only thing I will be saying is that everything now feels a little bit more premium, I would say. You feel the steering wheel, you feel the leather, you feel the seats. Everything they've done and the finishes that they've left on the vehicle definitely make the car feel a little bit more expensive, which I think is a really, really nice touch that Toyota is doing. Kind of more feels like a Lexus in a sense. This versus the outgoing model, a lot of things have changed. So standard on an XSE model, for example, JBL sound system, cooled seats, heated seats, full panoramic moonroof on the vehicle. You're getting a 12.3 touch display with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM. You have all the new features and the new safety sense features. You actually have TSS 3.0, which definitely needed an update from the outgoing model, having 2.5 plus. So having this and all of the newest features obviously will be keeping you and the people inside the vehicle very, very safe. The one interesting feature I will say is that centered behind the actual steering wheel, there's a small little screen, and on that screen, it is actually going to be something called your driver monitor camera. What this does, it will actually be looking directly at you, and if for some reason you are looking not directly in front of you on the road and you're looking to your right, it will actually alert you to put both hands in the steering wheel and look forward, which I think is a really interesting thing. They've added this onto the Crown, they've added this onto the Grand Highlander Hybrid Max, and I think a lot of our newer redesigned models are going to be having one of these features, and I think it's a really interesting one. So that's one interesting new thing that I wasn't used to driving the new Camry. However, when you're sitting in here, it feels luxurious. That's the easiest way I could kind of put it. Everything about that, the way things are laid out with the new screens and the improvements that they've made. Obviously, this is being a top of the end model for us, but even the outgoing previous generation, you know, you'd start from a 7-inch screen and you could work up to a 9-inch screen. Well, now in the new 2025, you start at an 8-inch screen and you can work your way all the way up to a 12.3-inch screen. So they've definitely added a couple new things here. Talking about the seats, that's one interesting thing. Onto an SE or an SE upgrade model for a Camry, you'll be getting a white insert down the middle of your seats. It's kind of like a mixed soft text with a little bit of fabric into the seats. These ones are all black. Now in an XSE, you can option it to be all black, or you can actually still get cockpit red, which is the full red interior Camry, which was very, very popular beforehand. I actually like the black. The red is very, very bright. So for me, having the vehicle outside being black, I like the inside also being black. I think they've done a very, very good job to keep it simple, but also still kind of adding a more sporty design with the red option interior. Now, I've done a Crown review before. The Crown sits a little bit higher up than the Camry, but it definitely makes the vehicle feel a little bit higher up, like you kind of are in an SUV. However, in the Camry, the way that you're sitting now and the way that the car feels and how you feel in the vehicle, the one reason I think I like the Crown as well is that it felt a little bit more spacious. I think they've now added that into the Camry. So I would actually be taking a Camry over the Crown. I think they've done a very, very good job at laying this vehicle out very, very well. Now, a couple other things to note. Standard on this package, JBL's of course, heads-up display is a big one. The 12.3-inch screen with your MID in front of you as well. I think that they have really catered this to not only the driver, but also anyone else inside the vehicle. So it definitely could be a very, very good option for you and your family down the road. Hey guys, I know you guys are enjoying the video, but please do not forget to like and subscribe so we can become the #1 Toyota YouTube channel on earth. Jumping into the rear of the 2025 Camry. So, a couple things to note. We've got the armrest down here. Again, I'm a bit taller. I am right on the cusp in the back seat here. So I don't really know if I slouch down a little bit, maybe it'd be a little bit more comfortable for me. But if I was actually sitting completely upright, I would be kind of right on the roof of the new Camry. So I think I'd be definitely more suitable to go in the front of the vehicle rather than the rear. With that being said though, it's still very, very comfortable. It's still very, very spacious. Now, obviously just being myself in the vehicle right now, if you added someone into the second seat in the middle here and then one on the other side, it might be a little squishy back here. But just for myself right now, or if I had one other person next to me here, I think it'd be more than fine and I would be comfortable to go on a nice ride. Now, a couple things I will say, it's interesting onto the XSE because if you go XLE on a Camry, you get a couple more luxury features. But I thought it's interesting on the XSE, they didn't add heated rear seats onto the Camry. I thought they probably would for the new design. I know that, you know, that's a common feature nowadays is having heated rear seats. They don't have that on this vehicle, which I think is interesting. You look down here and you feel around, you've got a couple USB-C ports. You got 2 of them actually, so you can flip them down. Obviously you can plug in your stuff, but that's really it back here. There's no, you know, climate control. There's just some vents down here, some cup holders in the center. If you guys have watched the videos before, you guys know that I love a moonroof that comes all the way back into the second row. And I think that if that wasn't into the second row, you would feel a lot more claustrophobic in the back of this vehicle. With that being said, I still think they've done a very, very good job redesigning this vehicle. For a vehicle to be around for as long as the Camry has been, to have that going on the market for its 9th generation, you know, it hasn't had a redesign since 2018. I think that there's a lot of high hopes from, you know, customers of Toyota and obviously such a large brand. And people were wondering what's going to happen when they redesign the Camry. Is it going to look, you know, over the top? Is it going to be too futuristic? Is it going to look like the previous generation? That's a question a lot of my customers have asked, was that, you know, what's going to happen for the new Camry? I'm so happy to not only be able to drive one, have one here as a test drive unit, because this is what this vehicle is here for. It's a test drive unit vehicle, but I think they've done a very, very good job. The only thing that I'm necessarily not the biggest fan of, I'm going to say, is yes, the back room here is not the greatest for headroom. I don't like how there's no heated seats in the back, but other than that, I think this would be a very, very good practical car for you and your family moving down the road. So there it is, guys, the 2025 Toyota Camry. Now, talking numbers on this vehicle, combined highway and city, you'll be averaging 5.3 liters per 100. That is a very, very low number for a large full-size sedan. In this scheme right now, with just black on black, which is no color options from the factory, because obviously you can get this vehicle with red interior or a 2-tone roof. So you could get white with a black roof, heavy metal with a black roof, and a few more. Price in this vehicle, MSRP is gonna be starting at $44,250, plus obviously taxes, your air tax, your government fees, freight and PDI, and your licensing. However, I think value for money on this vehicle is huge, especially on the fuel efficiency side. So if you guys are looking to come down to take a peek at this vehicle, it's a test drive unit, so please come down, book in a test drive with us so you can get behind the wheel of the new 2025 Camry, and we'll see you guys in the next video.